So this is Daryl Martin with ApexInvesting.com, and we're going to talk about trading computers and what we call sniper gear, because we trade to trade like a sniper. If you want to check out our program, it's free. It includes a trade room. It includes indicators, templates, tools, data platform, everything you can try out for free for 30 days, and a trade room. So, I hope y'all had a great trading day today. I know I had a fantastic day today. Let's see here. If I can show you. So there we go. Got $14,500 today. So not too shabby. But a lot of y'all are new to trading. Some of y'all have been trading for a while. But what I've found as we've been, getting everybody set up, and we do setups. We help you set up your Ninja Trader if you don't know how. We're here for you on that. We found that a lot of people don't have adequate trading equipment, and they don't know how to. So, I'll show you a few pictures, and I want to remind you of something. We have a contest going on if you submit a video, okay? And let me get you the link. You can always ask inside the Elite Room if you need the link. But we have a contest going on right now where next week I am going to give away 3 months of free Elite access, okay? So next week on the webinar, which I'm going to be going through step-by-step trade reviewing, but I'm going to give away, like I said, free access for 3 months. So I highly suggest that y'all go ahead and submit your video. All you do is you record it. There is the link right there for you. Okay? And just record a video like on your cell phone and all that. So obviously trading involves risk. We're not really talking as much about trading today as we are about trading computers, which obviously is a really important topic that most trading companies never talk about. So I thought that we should, go over it. Here's my trading setup. So it's a little bit overboard, but I'm doing a lot of things. I'm doing webinars. I'm doing trade rooms. I have, a lot of different things up. But watching the news up here, got my charts up, got my unlimited DOM. So a lot of different pieces going. But show you some other ones, and these are just a few. There's a whole bunch inside of our Facebook group. But these are some people that submitted videos. Do you notice anything with everybody on these? Do you notice something in the background that everybody has on all these videos or all these pictures? Everybody has what? There you go. Doug got it. Who notices what the one common theme is in the background? Multiple monitors. Okay? So, it is so helpful to get multiple monitors. Even if you have a laptop, you can get a USB plug-in to plug into your laptop. I like my laptop. I actually have 2 attachments, and so my laptop is 3 screens wide. I'm on my laptop right now, and it makes it so much easier because you're not having to shrink things and open things and all that. You can have news up, you can have the trade room up, you can have a couple charts up. It just makes it easier. And so I do recommend that you have at least 2 monitors at a minimum. And monitors are cheap nowadays. They're not like how they used to be real expensive. I like the curved monitors by Samsung. But, get whatever you want to get. If you just want to get a big TV, get a big TV. If you want to get like the 32-inch, curved Samsung monitors, get those. Or if you just want to go buy some cheap ones off Facebook, go get them, But like, ideally you have at least 2. If you do 4, you can get what's called a monitor array. So does anybody not know what a monitor array is? Okay, a monitor array is something that will hold multiple monitors up for you. Or arms. Okay, like this. Like this one holds, 3 monitors. So I personally don't like the ones that you have to balance it on because it's really a big pain. Okay? I like the ones where you get to stack them on top of each other. This is actually my favorite one right here. It's very easy. It says 27, but I have 32-inch screens and it actually works on it. They only cost $40, but you can put 2 monitors on top of each other. So that way you only can have to take up 2 screens wide on your desk, but you can have all 4 monitors right there. Okay? So, I mean, $40, and all of a sudden you got 4 monitors standing up versus having 4 wide. Okay? But, you know, just something like that has where it stacks on top of each other, not the side-by-side ones, would be my big recommendation there. That's just a basic recommendation. Oh, actually, this is the one I have, the Vivo one, because it has that base right there. So this is the exact one I have, the Vivo Dual Monitor Desk Stand. So if you want to look that up on Amazon, free delivery, be here Thursday. But anyways, check that out. The monitors that I like using, and I'm just showing you what I like. I'm not telling you what you have to have, okay? And we're going to get into your computer here in a second. But I like the 32-inch curved monitors. Okay, they even have like renewed ones you can get and all that. What you do want to check, this is important, is look at the back of the monitor and make sure it has 4 holes. Because you're going to need that to mount it on a monitor array. Okay? I think these are like these renewed ones, I think they don't have it. See how the back side doesn't have the 4 holes? Does that make sense to everybody? Like it's just you'd put 4 screws in. So like these renewed monitors are the old versions that you can't mount on an array. And even if you don't have an array today, you may decide you want to upgrade later. So make sure you get one that has 4 holes on the back, whatever kind of monitor you get. Okay? And then let's see here. If you want to attach another... Hold on. Somebody from customer service trying to call me during the middle of the webinar. You can get a USB monitor like this, and it's literally powered by your USB. And this is what I use. So, I have these little Asus ones right here. I want to say those are the ones that I've actually bought. I'm trying to see if it tells you, but... Anyways, I have 2 Asus USB monitors. They're really thin, so you can use those to attach it. And then, yeah, the 4 holes are called a Visa mount. And then, let's see, monitor clamp. Let's see if it shows the really cheap ones on here. I know I have them. Let's see, it's making real... Like, why don't you show me the cheap ones? Try to see if I can find them. Now there's like these really inexpensive ones. Let me see here. Let me grab this off. I'll go into my order history real quick. Let me pull it up. I mean, they cost like, I want to say 15 or 20 bucks. And you can actually attach them if I can find them. It's been a while since I've ordered them. Let's see. They're really, really useful. If y'all have ever seen pictures of my laptop, you know what I'm talking about. But I should have put a picture of my laptop in here. Like y'all, I don't know if y'all see these Facebook ads where they're like, extend your monitor for, you know, to have 2 screens, and they charge you a fortune, and like all you need is a USB monitor with one of these little clamps, and you can save like $200 or what they're trying to charge you on Facebook. Let's see here. Okay, so here is... Alright, so that's the monitors that I use for my laptop. You can also use them on by the way, on a desktop. And yeah, they cost 173 bucks. And then looking to see. If I can find the clamps. I order a lot of stuff on Amazon. It's a little ridiculous. A little bit further back. Oh, here they are. I found them. See, I bought them back in December. These right here. See, they're cheap. They only cost like 15 bucks. But what they do is it's just a plastic piece. Okay? And it'll screw on and it'll actually hold your monitor. You just like literally, it clamps on both sides and it screws in the middle. You can sort of see on the right side here. You can't see it where I'm highlighting, but on the right side you can see that little plastic screw, and you just tighten it up and it'll hold right onto it. And the thing is, you need a thin enough monitor. And so these monitors right here, the ones that I'm looking at, and they're 15.6 inches HD, so they're nice monitors. They're thin enough that you can attach that clamp. So if you're Googling it, you probably Google like side mount clip for dual monitor. I bet not Google, but Amazon search. Trying to just give you the ability to find it easier. Yeah, there you go. Oh, there's $10.99. Well, I got ripped off. They're even cheaper now. Used to be 15, so they went down in price. And then the AMD MB169B, or AMD 15.6, whatever, or AMD USB portable monitor. But those are the monitors that I use. Another thing is, your mouse, right? So do not, here's my suggestion for you. Do not use a wireless mouse. 2 reasons. 1, batteries can die. You don't want dead batteries, or you don't want something like slowly sending something. 2, your Bluetooth and things like that can interfere with the signal. Okay? So you want a mouse with a wire, which actually is cheaper. I prefer, and you get whatever you want. Any one of them will work. I like Razer mouses. So, here's a great one for, 31 bucks, 32 bucks. Okay? There's one for 50. If you want one with a billion buttons on it, you can get, really fancy. So here's a tournament edition one for 40 that's more grooved. So there's all different ones. I like Razer. I have Razer everything. But make sure that it has a wire that plugs in. Okay? I know wireless seems to be high tech, but it's really not for trading, because you're now waiting on the click to get from there to your computer wirelessly, and anything in the air could interfere with it. All right? And then, keyboards. I also, here's a big thing on keyboards, and this is more for the laptop people. But if you're on a laptop, use a mouse. Don't use your touchpad, okay? And I highly suggest you use a real full-size keyboard, okay? So, I like the Huntsman Elite. That's what I have. That's an expensive keyboard. You don't need that expensive of a keyboard. So, they got other ones over here that are like $45, okay? But, make sure you have a decent keyboard that you can see the keys, that buttons aren't missing. I know this sounds ridiculous, but there are y'all out there, okay? So, that's sort of just the simple peripherals. Your Wi-Fi. If you can connect directly to your router, connect directly. Use a wire. Your speeds will be slower using your Wi-Fi. I can use Wi-Fi. My router is only like 10 feet from my computer. Some people's routers are only like 5 feet from their computer. Get a short cable or get a long cable, okay? Plug it in from the LAN to the actual router. It will be faster. And if you want to test it, all you got to do is go to speedtest.net, and then you can test out how fast your internet is directly plugged in versus your Wi-Fi, and it will be faster directly plugged in. Okay? So, let's see what I'm getting right now. Alright, so I'm supposed to get at least a minimum of 100 up and 100 down, and I actually use air fiber versus normal fiber because I live on a ranch out in the middle of nowhere. So I get like 200 up, but I'm supposed to get at least 100, so they guarantee me that at all times. and then at least 100 down, and so I'm getting 200 down and 400, 500 up. You want as much speed as you can get, so pay for the speed, okay? However, I know people who trade on 5 and 10 gigabyte megabyte connections, and they actually are able to trade. So if you have to trade off of 4G or even better a 5G, you can do that, okay? But the more speed that you can afford to pay for, get it, all right? You don't really need more than a gigabyte. So if you have plans that offer more than a gig a second, you don't really need to go higher than that. But, the closest you can get to a gig per second, the better, okay? Be aware if you're trading on satellite, it's slower going up. I've had one trader, I've only had this happen one time with one trader, but it was so slow in sending it that it did this weird thing where it kept thinking the order was open and kept opening an order, closing an order, opening order, closing order, and they were just hitting close, 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 close. So if you have a very slow connection, make sure your position is closed. Don't hit close over and over again, okay? So those are like the peripherals, your mouse, your keyboard. As far as speakers and headphones, let's see, I'll show you the headphones that I use, but you can, if you even want headphones, but these are incredibly comfortable. Let's see. The Kraken are really comfortable headphones. So the Razer Krakens. And then, let's see, what do I have? What's mine called? Nari, that's what it's called. So these are the most comfortable headphones I've ever owned in my life. The Nari wireless headphones. Like, they are insanely comfortable. And these I do use wirelessly. So, and you can even get it like without all the additional stuff on them and all that, like cooling gel infused. Like, they are very, very comfortable. The mic actually retracts in, so you don't have to have it out there all the time, which is nice. But they're super comfortable. I actually use this base port to hold them right here. And what it does, it actually has 3 USBs on the front, so it takes up 1 USB, and then it gives you 2 more USBs, like for your mouse and your keyboard. And then the other USB is used for like the Wi-Fi section, and it also plugs in directly. So if your headphones are low, you can just plug them right in. Okay. But Razer Nari are my favorite headphones. But you don't have to have expensive headphones. Okay. But if you want comfortable ones, there are some very comfortable ones for you. And then mouse pads. Make sure you use a mouse pad. You want a laser mouse, not a wheel, things like that. A laser mouse. And I like Razer mouse pads just because of the way they're built. So this is what I have, the Hyperflux one. But you don't need anything that expensive. Just literally a good $15 mouse pad will be perfectly fine. So if you want a hard finish or a soft finish, that's your choice. But just, have a mouse pad. All right, I know all that was really basic, but hopefully a couple y'all got a few things out of that. And that was just the accessories, components part that I wanted to go through with you. The next thing I really want to dive into with you is how to know not only if your computer is up to speed, but if you're looking for a computer, is it up to speed? Is it the one that you need? Okay? Well, you can go and right now, okay, here's what I want everybody to do. Under your search section, I want you to type system information. Okay? So literally while you're on the webinar, right now, or while you're watching the recording, type system information. Okay? And then it's going to show you what processor you have. Like I have an Intel Core i9 9900 on my laptop. Okay? Everybody got that down? And Then we're going to go to a website called cpubenchmark.net. And it's going to say search for your CPU model. Okay? So what you do is you take that system information. I got an i9-9900K. So i9-9900K. And I hit find CPU. And what this is going to do is it's going to give me my score. That's what that first column is, your score. Okay? My score is 20,000. My desktop has a score of 44,000. I have the Threadripper, which is the fastest one you can get. Period. For a desktop. But on this is a very fast laptop, has 20,000 on it. You want to have at least a 12,000 score. Can you get by with less? Yes. Maybe down to 8,000. Okay? You go below that, you're going to have a really hard time. The higher you go, the closer you get to 20,000, then you're going to be actually in the competitive space of online trading. So if you find out orders aren't getting filled fast enough, or you're getting slippage, and maybe your computer crashes, or it takes forever for it to load. So all of that can be part of having a slow computer. Now, the last week or so, we've had insane volatility. It even takes my computer a little while to load. Okay, like minutes versus seconds. But if your processor is not at 20,000 or at 12,000 or higher, then you need to start considering upgrading. Now, you can just upgrade the processor potentially, okay? Or you most likely will need to upgrade the entire computer. All right? So you really want to be as close to 12,000 as possible. And what's cool is you can go in and you can use this. Now, I'm going to tell you who I buy from. A lot of y'all know already. But if you're shopping around, you're looking at Newegg, you're looking at Best Buy, you're looking online on Facebook or Craigslist, you can tell them, hey, search the system information and tell me what the processor is. And you can put it in and see if it's at least at 12,000 or higher. Okay? Damien said he just got one for $450 with that 11,500 score. So that's great. So you can find some great deals out there. I personally like to get higher end equipment, and I don't like to buy it again. So 12,000 means you're like just now at the bottom of where you should be. Okay? So meaning next year you're going to be way behind. All right? So you need to consider upgrading. Now, maybe you don't have the money to or whatever. I use a company called, and I'm going to go into a lot more stuff besides this company, but I use Easy, like letter E-Z, tradingcomputers.com. And we actually refer so much business to them because they made my laptop, they made my desktop, they made John's, they made Lori's computer. So, but if you tell them you're from Apex, they will give you a discount. Okay? And I actually talked to Gene today. And he's like, yeah, some guy didn't tell me he was from Apex. I'm like, how'd you hear about us? He's like, from Apex. He's like, well, yeah, you got to let me know so you can get a discount. So he gives you a discount if you're from Apex. All right? My mom actually just bought a trading laptop from them. If you don't have the money now, I'm not a fan of debt, but I am a fan of investing. And if you're investing in trading, sometimes you need to upgrade. You may not have the money now, but it's costing you money because you have a slow computer. Okay? It's costing you time, and it may be costing you bad entries. Okay? So they have 0% financing available if you have good credit. If you have bad credit, they have like 2-year financing. Okay? So you can literally choose which one you want. This one will this one they let you pay it out over 90 days. This one lets you pay it out over time. So, but they do have financing available. They also have, PayPal finance as well. So, somebody asked, are my headphones wired or wireless? They're both. So the ones that I showed earlier are both. So they're wired and wireless. So I can plug them directly in or not. Like they'll work on my phone and they'll work on my computer, and I can plug them into whatever. And some of their desktop trading computers. So they got some on here, like this one right here is $11.99. Okay. And let's see here. Processing score is 12,000. So that's a brand new computer at $11.99 or $60 a month. Okay. And then of course you can get higher and better performance as you go up. Okay. So mine cost like $9,000. I mean, I got some insane machine, but I mean that's not a bad price for a good computer that meets the minimum spec requirement of 12,000. Now another big piece is your RAM. Okay. You should have a bare minimum of 16 gigabytes of RAM. And I recommend that you have at least 32. If you have a desktop, it's the cheapest thing to upgrade as long as your computer is upgradable to 32 gigabytes of RAM, okay? But it's the cheapest thing to upgrade on your computer. You should have 32 gigabytes of RAM if you can, or more. I have 256, okay? But you should, like if you have 8, you need to go get another, you need to have 2 8-gigabyte chips and put them in, okay? Ideally DDR4 RAM if it's compatible. And you can call them up and they can help you with parts and pieces and let you know it's compatible as well. Also, you want a solid state drive. Most computers these days that are good computers are going to have solid state drives, but you don't want the ones that spin. You want the solid state drives, okay, for your main computer. And you can upgrade that to be as big as you want to. So, I think mine's like 4 terabytes. This one can go up to 2 terabytes. So, I mean, 1 terabyte or even half a terabyte, whatever, 500 gigs is plenty. But I mean, this computer right here, if somebody was gonna buy this one, I'd say you can get by on everything, but you got to upgrade at least to 16, if not 32, and you might as well do 32 while you're buying it. Okay? So I know I'm talking a little fast, but is that making sense? And I'm just trying to give you an example. Again, you can shop anywhere you want to, and they also have laptops as well. And these are trading laptops. And they go in and, give you all the scores and all the fun stuff about them. Okay? I think they sell, like, the laptop plugins. I got theirs, but I'm just going to tell you, as far as the external monitors, they do have these external monitor adapters for, different things, but go get the one I showed you. They're cheaper than what they're charging, okay? And they're better, and they're thinner, and they work, okay? So, the adaptable monitors I showed you are better than the ones that they offer. So I'm all about them. I think they're great. I've tried Falcon. I have 2 Falcon boxes, like sitting, and I mean one of them is okay. The other one is worthless. So, not a big fan of them. It's another company. Easy has been amazing. If I've had an issue, shipped it to them, they've shipped me a brand new one back or fixed it if I've ever had an issue. We had somebody in the other day saying, man, I bought a computer from Easy and does anybody know a better place to buy one because I'm having all these issues? I told Eddie hopped in, he called the person up, he's shipping them a brand new computer. Like, they take care of you. So it's not just the cost, but it's having the great support. Okay? All right, let's get beyond the commercial. All right, here's something else I want you to do. I want you to go to US Benchmark. This is different than the CPU benchmark. Go to usbenchmark.com and then download this app and run it. Okay? And tell it to look at everything on your computer. And what it's going to do is it's going to look at your RAM, your CPU, your graphics cards, like everything on your computer. I'm not going to say Falcon is bad. I'm just going to say I don't like Falcon. Is that a good way to put it? So, I mean, if you already bought one from them, I'm not saying you made a horrible decision. I've bought them and I haven't been happy with them. So this is going to compare my computer to like all other computers out there. It's going to let me know basically where I stand. Yeah, and if you want to upgrade, like call Easy Up and they'll tell you what you can do to upgrade. So they've tested over 1 million components, done over 125,000 benchmarks, 125 million benchmarks. So you're going to find out where you really stand. So it's doing like a whole graphics things right now. It's looking at my 3D ability, which so it's doing all these tests. You can see like some people have a tree trunk, some people have a sailboat, some are on a jet ski, some are on a UFO, some have a destroyer, right? Some have a nuclear submarine. So you're going to find out what you have. All right, so I got rated as a nuclear submarine for my workstation. And usually it's a UFO, but it's probably because I have the trade room open and I have the GoToWebinar going. I got UFO for my actual desktop, and I got destroyer for gaming for my video. So it'll say overall this PC is performing, in this percentile. This CPU is the business. It demolishes everyday task. Reasonable for 3D. 275% for my drive. My solid state drive is exceptional. It means it can go really, really, really fast. 64 gigs of RAM on just my laptop. Says basically you can do pretty much anything you want to on it. And Windows 10, and I have the most up to date. And you can click on this and you can sort of see like where people rate. You have tree trunk, surfboard, raft, sailboat. Obviously the higher the better. So this lets you know sort of an overall versus just looking at your CPU. If you're like trading on a raft or a jet ski, ideally you want to be at least gunboat or higher on the desktop and the workstation. Okay? And it'll go down. It actually gives me a full breakdown. I'm in the top 80% on my processor. Mobile. Oh, that's just my wireless there, or my video graphics card. 55%, which is fine. I don't need super graphics cards. I do have them on my other one, but I don't need them on my desktop or my laptop. 275% on my drive, meaning my drives are like way above. I'm in the top percentile. I'm even way outside the percentile. My memory is in the top 63% percentile. So, and you can see sort of the latency ladder and how they put it in, like the more that came in and what it did. And you can go down here and you can choose upgrades and see like what may, if you wanted to upgrade your CPU, what could you upgrade? Like this is what you have versus this is what you want. So you can play around with that website. It's sort of cool. All right. So some people got a yacht and a jet ski. One person got a leaky raft. One person got a sailboat. What are some of y'all's results? What'd y'all get? Yeah, we got people on jet skis and sailboats. Mike got a UFO. There you go, buddy. Byron got a destroyer. Let's see here. Nathan got a battleship. William got a surf UFO. Surfboard, I guess, on your graphics. Anthony got a nuclear submarine. Efren got a UFO in all three. My desktop gets a UFO in all three. Trevor got the SS Minnow. Kenneth got a UFO on all three. Christopher Wall is trading on a raft. It gives you a good perspective of where are you at. Does that, I mean, I know that's a little funny, but like, does it actually help? Like, it's not just me saying, oh, you should have a 12,000 score. Like, it shows, like, you're in the bottom 25% of computer users if you're using a raft for speed and trading. Meaning 75% of people have a faster computer. They have a 75% edge over you in trading. So, you know, and if you got surfboard, raft, surf, I mean, that means 85% of traders, 85% of people, period, but mostly like traders and gamers are using this website, are running on computers faster than you are. So if you got surfboard, raft, surfboard, do you think it's probably time to get a new computer, or do you think you're just going to be able to upgrade a few pieces? What do you think? Yeah, you're not going to be able to upgrade that, okay? You're going to have to get a new one. All right? Now, can you get by? Yeah. So, but, you know, if you got to talk the spouse into it, be like, listen, honey, I'm trying to do this on a raft. Everybody, like, Daryl's on a UFO. Like, at least get me up to a destroyer battle cruiser, baby. Okay? It's only 9 years old. Donate that thing to a museum. Okay? But, I mean, this sort of wakes you up on where you're at. Okay, you got a tree trunk, yacht, and raft. Yeah. Like, tree trunk is the bottom. Like, that means everybody has a faster computer. Some people are asking about, what about a VPS? Most VPSs don't have the power that you need to be a trader. There are the exceptions, but again, I said at least 16 gigabytes. Like, if you get it on a VPS, hop on the VPS and run this program on the VPS and see what kind of rating it gets. Okay? Most VPSs are way subpar. And if you want to know if the VPS is any good, run this program on it. The VPS is a virtual private server. It's like a remote computer on a server somewhere. Ray's like, but me and my computer have so many hours of chart reading together. Yeah, you can store them in the closet along with all the other picture books, you know. But it's time that you actually move out of the tree trunk that you're going down and trying to surf the waves in, and start, you know, getting in the military class. Okay, like, you need at least a gunboat or better, right? You're trying to be a sniper. So, gunboat or better. Okay? Yeah, I see some of y'all coming through right here. Battleships, yachts, submarines, UFOs, speedboats, tree trunks. There you go. Damien got a gunboat for $445. There you go. So at least you're at the gunboat level. Like, that's what you want to be. And a lot of times getting a VPS and, you know, all that can, or even Amazon, AWS can cost you more than a new computer would. So, and you can build a computer if you want to, if you know how to get all the parts together, but that's something that not everybody knows how to do. So, anyway, so as high as you can get, okay? Now, if you want to know about your parts, if you go to ccleaner.com/Specky, SPECCY /download. Okay? And just download the free one. And And this is really cool because a lot of times people are trying to figure out what all their parts are, especially if they're trying to build or upgrade or do things. And there's some of the information. Got our user benchmark done. So I'm going to install Specky real quick. I don't care about the release notes. And what this will do is it'll analyze everything and it'll let you know like exactly what motherboard you have, what graphics cards you have, what storage you have, what optical drives, audio, and you can go in and it'll tell you all sorts of details. So if you're into that sort of thing and you want to get really detailed, and you're like, well, I don't know what's compatible with what. Like, what kind of motherboard do I have? It's like, well, here you go. I got a notebook PX, XX, TMI, U3, I1. Okay? The chip, the model, the version, all that stuff. So you can get really detailed on the specs of your computer. Okay? Like exactly what my graphics cards are, my storage is, my RAM, what kind of RAM do I have, you know. It'll go down and it'll tell me all about it. So if you want to get real into it, then you can. Okay, it's a cool thing to let you know all the details of somebody that's trying to figure out how to put the pieces together. Okay? Another website that's really helpful if you are doing your own thing or upgrading is a website called PC Part Picker. Okay? And you can go in and basically they have like already built computers with pieces that you need or whatever. But like what does it cost to make this computer yourself? And people actually submit computers they've made. Like here's somebody made this one for 12 grand. But it goes in and it tells you exactly the parts that they put into it, how much they cost. Like if you click on it, like then it'll show you like where you can buy it on Amazon or Newegg or Corsair. So you can actually find computers that people have built if you want to build your own. And there's every single piece you need to do it. And there's tons of builds on here, like just bazillions of them. Like thousands. And you can go over here and you can get picky. You know, like I want at least a i7 or i9, whatever. So it's like, okay, I want at least an i9. Boom, that just like shrunk down the list a lot. So what about this chip? Okay, well that's pretty expensive. What about that chip? Because, I mean, like the chips that I have, my chip alone costs $2 grand. We'll go down to i7. Okay, that could work. And then, of course, I could take that i7 and I could go over back to the CPU benchmark and look at the model, that 6700K. So I can go back to CPU benchmark, scroll up here, you know, i7 dash 6600. That's not the right one. 6700K. That's U. That's interesting. There we go. So that has an 11,000 benchmark score. So see, just by doing that, I go, okay, these are all going to have an 11,000 benchmark score. Which is pretty close to 12, but I'm putting myself at that when I do that, but here are a bunch of builds. I mean, this guy built a computer for $585. So, I mean, that's... I don't know how that's possible. Like, unless he had free parts that aren't available anymore. Yeah. This computer is made from leftover parts. That's why it's so cheap. I'm like, what is going on? You know, here's a pretty cool one. So it looks like the front of mine. I just actually added 3 new things to it. But yeah, price breaks down everything, and you can see if they built the price in or they brought it over or whatever. So, anyways, if you do want to build, that's a really helpful one. And, there's building guides in here. Okay, like literally whole building guides and like what they cost to make. You can go in and you can choose what you want. But it's a cool thing to use. Let's see, another link. I'll put this in here, web PC, just how to make sure all the PC components are compatible. So this thread right here goes into like all the sockets and the different motherboards and the different RAM, the capacity. So like if you do want to build one, if you do want to upgrade one, this is stuff you're going to have to know or talk to somebody who knows. Okay? So I'm just letting you know it can get confusing upgrading one yourself. Again, some sources. Obviously, you got Amazon. You got Best Buy. You got Newegg. It's a place that a lot of people buy gaming computers. Okay? There's a gaming computer right there. $1,000, $1,200. But again, if you're going to look at it, go, does it have at least 16 gigs? Because I want at least 16 gigs of RAM. And then what chip does it have? Right? So this one has the AMD Ryzen 7 3700X. So I'm just going to copy 3700X. This is a very fast way for you to make sure the benchmark is there. There you go. That's 24,000. I mean, that's a lot of power. That's a $1,200 computer, or you can pay monthly. Okay, so it looks like it may come with a keyboard and mouse, terabyte hard drive, 16 gigabytes of RAM. So you can shop around. Okay. You can do eBay, you can do Craigslist, you can do Facebook. Just make sure you check out that score. Okay. But my thing is, I want computer support because this isn't just a computer to me. This is literally how I make money. It's my airplane that I'm flying in, right? So it's like I'm the pilot and it's my vehicle and it's gotta work. And I can't be down for days because that means I make nothing. Okay? And if I need help, I want to be able to call somebody and get an answer that day. If I need a replacement, I want to be able to overnight ship it and have it overnight shipped back. Okay? So part of what I'm paying for with Easy, and they, by the way, don't mark up a lot at all. But part of what I'm paying for is amazing customer service, getting a really good computer, knowing that it is literally spec'd out, clean, without crap on it, okay, made just for trading. Like they test it, they make sure it's working. So yeah, you don't want to be talking from, somebody in another foreign country that doesn't, and I'm not trying to be offensive to anybody, but that doesn't speak English or doesn't speak your language, whatever. And you're trying to get it. Now they have all sorts of cool things on here that you can go into. They have a buyer's guide. And they have like the test your computer guide, which is basically like what I did for you. But they have this buyer's guide where you can get it for free, and it's really good. And they talk about like, you're suffering on slippage, and just a lot of different things. They talk about, other things that you need. What do you think are a couple other things you may need as a computer? Let's talk about backups. What are a couple backup things that you probably should have? Okay, yeah, you should have something to protect your power. And that includes like what's going into your router, okay, and out of your router. So you should have power surge. You should have a battery backup. Now, in my case, I have 2 battery backups on my desktop, and my laptop itself has a battery. Okay. You should have Wi-Fi, and you should ideally be able to switch your phone over to, tether it. So that way, if your internet goes down, you can hop over to the other internet. And then a big tip is you need to make sure that you have your account number and your trading desk emergency help desk number. Okay? Written on a piece of paper and saved into your phone, because your phone may be dead when it happens. Trust me. Do this, okay? So if we go to Ninja Trader Brokerage, which is where most of y'all have accounts at. If you have an account somewhere else, then you need to go there. But if you go here, you go to contact support. Nope, I don't want that. I want to actually contact them. And I don't want to depend on finding this phone number when my internet or power goes out, okay? And all of a sudden, I'm stuck in a position, and had the market moved like hundreds of points, literally 1,000 points in the last week on a single day? Has that happened to anybody? I mean, or has that happened? Okay? Yes. What if your computer went down? What if Ninja crashes? What if, which I mean, definitely can happen. What if your internet goes out? Somebody cuts the line. Okay? You need to be able to call this number. It's right here. And I'll even copy it and paste it in here for you. It's at the bottom of ninjatrader.com/contact us. And you need your account number written down. And I call and I say, hey, my name is Daryl Martin. My account number is 8 da 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 da. I want to flatten all positions now. Okay? I don't say, hey, what's the market at? Am I up or am I down? I'm like, no, get out. Okay? You should have that no matter how good of a computer you got, no matter how many backups you got. If something goes down, call up and go flat. Okay? But as far as other backups, yes, you should have a battery backup. You should have an internet backup, which usually is your cell phone with Wi-Fi. If you don't have the ability to do Wi-Fi on your desktop for some reason, then go get a Wi-Fi connector so you can connect to Wi-Fi. Because what happens if a bunch of people have issues and you can't get through the trading desk and you need to hop over? So, one computer that is on a raft could cost you $1,000 in a single trade because it's slow, gets a bad fill. Anybody seen fills happen like 3 bars later than they should? That can happen because your computer is slow at processing. Okay? Now, the markets have been extremely fast. I've got one bad fill. I was actually live, I think, when I did it. It was Monday night or Sunday night. I got one bad fill. The rest of them, either I didn't get filled or I got a good fill. It pays for itself. Let's see. With Ninja oh, by the way, that's another reason why we tell you to open with the Easy Open Workspace. Because if you open with the Easy Open Workspace, then you can go to your control center on Ninja and go to your positions, and you can right click and say close all without waiting on all your charts to open up. Somebody's asking me, should I open with Phillips or Dorman? Most people I know use Dorman. So as far as rolling money over in retirement accounts, you're going to have to call them about that, okay? The last piece I want to add on is computer maintenance. Every day between 5 and 6, shut down your computer. Clear your cache. Okay, so here's the order. First, shut down your workspace. Okay, save it, shut it down, and just have Easy Open open. Then, go to Tools, Data Options, and reset your database. So I go over here. Okay, I can say, do I have any positions? If I did, I could say flatten everything. Okay, so that's why I want to be able to boot up into the easy open workspace. But close your workspace. I'm not going to close mine right now because it's not between 5 and 6. Then go to Tools, Options, Data, and reset your database. Okay? Then close Ninja. Then open your toolkit and clear your cache. Okay? Then reboot. If it takes 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes to reboot, you got between 5 and 6. Also do it on the weekend. Okay? Do that every day. It will make your computer faster, cleaner. Okay? Like, seriously, if y'all will follow that, close your workspace, only have the easy open. So I hit close here. Empty your database, clear your cache, restart it, be ready to go. So I just, when I do that, by the way, I restart my computer too. Once you get a new computer, submit a ticket to Apex, and we will change your machine ID and reset your machine. No problem. Another good point that one of our traders brings up is your router. A lot of people have never rebooted their router, ever. You need to unplug it. And you literally, I know it sounds weird, but count to like 60, okay? Because you need the power that's stored in there to go out. Like I have a little battery backup on mine, like a mini battery. I have to wait 3 minutes for the power to go out. But unplug your router once a week. Clears out the data. Keeps everything clean. Plug it back in. You can do it at the exact same time you're restarting your computer if you wanted to. But it will help make your internet connection faster. All right, well, that is sort of the summary of what I got to cover tonight. But I hope y'all got a few tips and got a good perspective on where you're at on your computer. And don't feel bad if you're not where you want to be yet, okay? I mean, I started with a couple crappy computers, you know, and linking everything up and rigging it in every way I could. And I made it, you know. So don't feel like you have to have it today. Don't go broke doing it. But do be aware of where you stand right now with your computer and where you need to be. And don't just go buy one randomly. Now you know how to test a computer and find out if it's one that's worthy of you spending your money on. So, anyways, looks like a lot of y'all got a lot out of this tonight. And again, a reminder, if you do go to Easy Trading Computers and you mention Apex, you do get a discount because I think we've had like 20 people buy computers from them this month. So since we send so much business to them, they give all of our traders discounts. Okay? So yeah, you definitely want to mention Apex just because they'll keep giving us discounts as long as we keep sending people. So, but I'm glad y'all enjoyed it, and hopefully y'all got a couple gold nuggets, whether it was down to having a wired mouse or you're trading on a raft. But I look forward to helping you in any way I can, and I figured this was one thing that was sort of I've talked about in general, but haven't spent like time on that y'all probably needed to go over. So I hope y'all have a great evening, and I will see you in the morning in the trade room. Thank you. And by the way, if you want to watch this, it'll be on YouTube. It'll be on Facebook. You can subscribe to us. A lot of people don't know this, but you can go to youtube.com/Apex Investing. We post a lot of our videos on YouTube. So you can go on here and, well, it didn't really show you normally because I'm looking at it as me. But anyways, you can subscribe, and there's a bell next to it. Let me go to somebody else's channel. Billions. I like billions. But if you go to a channel, there's a subscribe link, and then there's a bell. If you click the bell and say all, you'll get notified every time we upload a video. Like tonight, I uploaded a video of how to do triple dippers. Because there were 10 in a row tonight. There were like no Xboxes at all, but there were 10 triple dipper winners in a row. And so I went in and did a short video, like 10 minutes inside the elite room, teaching everybody how to do them that didn't know how to do them. Okay? If you want to get access to how we do our trades, and we do very well, hop on to apexinvesting.com/bootcamp. Sign up for free, and I'll see you in the trade room. Y'all have a good night.